There's a realization that doesn't arrive when you're unhappy. It arrives when you realize you've been performing stability. Not faking it, not pretending, just performing. Holding everything together, responding correctly, saying what fits. And only later noticing how much of you was adjusted to keep things smooth. This is that realization. At some point, you learn how to stay composed, how to respond instead of react, how to remain steady in situations that could escalate. It feels mature. You're controlled, measured, reliable. People trust you, so you keep doing it. And over time, composure stops being a choice. It becomes identity. You don't notice the performance at first, because it doesn't feel fake. It feels responsible. You regulate tone. You soften opinions. You minimize discomfort. You choose words carefully, not to deceive, but to avoid friction. And friction feels unnecessary. Life rewards stability. It rewards those who don't disrupt systems, who don't complicate situations, who don't add emotional weight. So you internalize the message. Being steady is valuable, and it is. But steady isn't always honest. Section 4. The quiet cost of always being steady. The cost doesn't show immediately. It appears slowly. You stop noticing your first reaction. You skip over emotional impulses. You smooth things out before they fully form. You become predictable, dependable. But something inside starts feeling filtered, not suppressed dramatically, just moderated constantly. Moderation feels intelligent until it becomes distance. You start noticing that even in moments meant to feel intense, you remain calm, too calm, not disconnected, but slightly removed. And you don't know when that shift happened, because it happened gradually. The realization doesn't arrive during conflict. It arrives during stillness, when you're alone, when there's no one to stabilize for. And you ask yourself, when was the last time I reacted honestly? Not aggressively, just honestly. And the answer feels unclear. It feels unsettling because you weren't being fake. You were being functional. You were maintaining balance. You were protecting systems. But in doing that consistently, you trained yourself to prioritize smoothness over expression. And that training reshaped you. Composure gives you control, but constant control reduces spontaneity, reduces intensity, reduces rawness. You don't lose emotion, you pre-edit it. And over time, you forget what unedited feels like. That's why the realization comes late, because edited emotions still feel real, just quieter. Modern life doesn't reward volatility. It rewards consistency. So most people learn to be stable first, expressive second. And when stability becomes permanent, expression feels risky. Not dangerous, just disruptive. So it gets postponed. Most people don't feel numb because they lack emotion. They feel distant because they train themselves to regulate before reacting. They learn to perform steadiness before understanding what that performance required. And by the time they notice it, it feels natural. That's the part that makes this realization heavy. If this resonates now, it likely wouldn't have earlier. Because earlier, being steady was necessary. It kept things balanced. It kept things predictable. It kept things working. Some realizations don't arrive to undo stability. They arrive to explain why expression started feeling restrained. And understanding that doesn't require immediate change. It simply restores awareness. Because now, at least, you can see the difference between composure and authenticity. And that difference is usually understood later than expected.